Let's go to that breaking news out of Sacramento tonight, where crews are working to rescue 3 people who became trapped by some rising water on a creek. Thanks for being with us at 11. I'm Gulston Dart.
And I'm Edie Lambert. This is happening on Steelhead Creek near Natoma Street and Wisconsin Avenue. This is just east of Northgate Boulevard. KCRA 3's Andres Valle is now on the scene for us. So what happened, Andres?
Well, so far what we know was that Sacramento Fire was responding to 3 people who needed to be rescued. That number turned to 6. We've actually seen 5 of them get rescued so far as of right now. Cassie, you want to move a little bit more forward so we can show them exactly what we are seeing right now is that rescue team right here with the raft are actually checking in on, I believe, 2 or 3 individuals against the creek right here. We do know that in the middle of this creek is kind of these encampments. So more than likely, the waters were rising and they were not able to escape. That's what one of the Sacramento County Fire Rescue people was letting me know in the past 10 minutes or so. And as of right now, they've kind of rescued at least 5 individuals that we know of so far. It looks like they're still trying to, gather more details just to see if they need to go back into the waters to rescue other individuals. Let's bring it over to this portion of the levee where this is the neighborhood where fire crews kind of set up, and so they are blocking portions of Natoma Street as of right now. Just to recap, what we are talking about here is that they were originally called out to rescue 3 individuals. That number has turned into 6 individuals being rescued. We did watch another woman get taken into the paramedics and is being checked out by paramedics as of right now. Also during the 10 o'clock newscast, we did let you know that there was one woman who's also taken into that paramedics, the ambulance, I should say, to be checked out by paramedics. But of course, crews are still on the scene here, checking in on these current individuals who were rescued from this kind of island. But because of the rising waters from today's storms, this is kind of what they're dealing with for today. But this is kind of a fluid situation, and as we learn more information, of course, we'll let you know on air and online. For right now, reporting live here in Sacramento, Andres Valle, KCRA 3 News.
All right, Andres, thank you.
We want to go to some more breaking news out of San Joaquin County tonight, where part of Highway 99 and I-5 had to be shut down because of flooding.
The Highway Patrol closed all of the southbound 99 lanes between Turner Road and Victor Road in Lodi because of that flooding. The roadway was just reopened about a half hour ago. Let's show you what it looked like earlier tonight. You can see the impacted area is in a low-lying part there under an overpass. And we can show you the roadway a short time ago, all clear. At last check, 1 lane was still closed because of flooding, but at least traffic appears to be moving smoothly.
And then we have this crews just reopening 3 lanes of Interstate 5 in Stockton that had to be closed briefly again because of localized flooding there. The Highway Patrol sending out some images showing the water back up there, and you can see it's covering that right-hand side of the freeway. Pretty deep there if you're going at full speed down the freeway. Again, crews were able to clear out a clogged drain there.
And in Placer County, Auburn Folsom Road in Newcastle is shut down in both directions after someone crashed into a fallen tree. Let's show you the scene there. The Highway Patrol says the tree came down around 6:30 tonight, taking down some power lines with it. And then the driver of a Dodge pickup truck, not expecting a tree on the road, ran into it. Thankfully, no one was seriously injured. Right now, the roadway is still closed between Powerhouse Road and Sherland Tract Road, and crews expect it will be closed through the night.
And it's all coming after rainy and windy weather across Northern California. The rain and wind pretty much calming down for most of our area tonight, but it left a mess in some spots, from roadway flooding to a few reports of tree damage. That same weather system still impacting travel in the Sierra.
We have team coverage tonight, starting with our KCRA 3 meteorologist, Heather Waldman. I know you've been tracking the system all week, so where are you looking at a break here?
Well, the valley has had a break in the rain for a couple of hours, and it's not going to rain anymore tonight or on Wednesday. Still watching some steady rain, though, in the foothills to the south of Highway 50. It's a lot lighter compared to what we saw earlier. Also, look at the snow level, creeping down to about 4,500 feet at this point, getting close to Pollock Pines. We're not going to see any accumulation with this round in Pollock Pines, but more to come Thursday and Friday. We have a shot at seeing an inch or 2 down at 4,000 feet. We'll get to that in a little bit. But steady rain still coming down in parts of Calaveras, Amador, and Tuolumne County. That will lighten up here over the next few hours. Sonora so far only a few tenths of an inch of rain. You see there 0.24 as of the top of the hour. Arnold, though, coming in with an inch and a half, most of that within the last 6 hours. Look at some of the numbers here through the Sacramento Valley. 2 to 3 inches of rain in Yuba City and Oroville. Almost 2 inches of rain in downtown Sacramento. This goes back to about, 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So that's some of the best rain that we've seen yet this season. Snow has not been as impressive. It started out great last night, but most of the day today, it was kind of a rain-snow mix, even over the summit. But this is what Castle Peak looks like here this evening. Chain controls are back up. It is slow going. You can see that here with our traffic flow map. The areas of red, that's that stop and go traffic through the chain control spot from Cisco over to Truckee. We do have slow spots up and over Echo Summit on Highway 50. Smoother sailing there on Interstate 80, but we do know that snow is coming down. Wider view again shows things quieting down for the valley. Tomorrow morning we'll start dry in the Sierra, maybe some chain controls early on. We'll talk more about our next storm Thursday into Friday. That's coming up in a few minutes.
Heather, thanks. And Heather, you just showed us the chain controls there on the map. This is what it looks like from our camera there at Kingvale, showing the eastbound lanes. And over on the shoulder, you can see big rigs, getting their chains on and getting ready to head up over the summit. Eastbound chains are required from Kingvale to Truckee. Westbound chains are required from the Donner Lake interchange to Kingvale.
Let's go to Case Area 3's Carolina Estrada, who's been tracking snow in the Sierra. And Carolina, I know earlier you were getting hit a lot with it. Looked really kind of slushy, rainy where you were.
Yeah, and that changed just in the last couple of minutes, Golston. Now we're seeing more of this very soft snow, which is giving us a break from that consistent snowfall that we were seeing. Now, one thing that is different from when we were last live about an hour ago is the amount of snow on the ground. Let me show you what we're seeing out here. You can see the ground is covered with snow. It looks pretty white, still kind of slushy, but it's more than what we had been showing you throughout the day. One thing that has been consistent, though, are these strong gusts of cold wind that we're seeing here at Kingvale. Now, I want to show you behind me those Caltrans workers still posted, still making sure that people have their chains, that they have four-wheel drive before they drive up to the Sierra. Earlier, we were showing you some runoff from the rain because mostly we saw rain throughout the day here. If we zoom into that area next to where that Caltrans vehicle is parked, you can just see the rain runoff going on the side of the road there. And we have seen conditions change throughout the day, from rain, snow, ice, rain mix, and we have video of what we saw earlier today at the higher elevations. So in Soda Spring, we saw a heavy snowfall earlier today and just strong gusts of winds. As we were driving by the Sugar Bowl Ski Resort, we found a gas station where actually an employee was plowing away that snow that was in the area just to clear the space for drivers. And these conditions really just caused for chain controls to go into effect throughout the day on I-80. But the issues were not only on the road conditions, but they also caused outages in some areas. We did speak to an employee of the Sugar Bowl Ski Resort that had to close early because they had no power. Take a listen.
Out here, you just got to make it work. So it's not the greatest thing when power goes out, but it just happens. It's something that we deal with here on the summit. It's just kind of like anything, being stuck on the freeway or anywhere else without power or food or whatever. So you just be prepared.
All day long, mostly rain, which is unfortunate.
Why?
It's just not good for the skiing or business.
Yeah, so people weren't too happy about the amount of rain. They're really hoping for that snow at the end of the week. Now, right here, we're seeing Interstate I-80. As you can see, not a lot of vehicles driving by. That's another thing that we noticed today. Very different from what we usually see. There were vehicles, but really didn't run into much traffic. At chain controls, there was a bit of a backup, but nothing people should be too worried about. Now, for people that are still thinking about driving up to the Sierra in the next couple of hours or maybe tomorrow morning, they do suggest that you come prepared. You have those chains ready just in case chain controls are in effect due to the amount of snow that can still fall throughout the night. Live at Kingvale, Carolina Estrada, KCRA 3 News.
All right, Carolina, thanks for catching us up out there.
The quickly rising Russian River is leading to evacuation orders in Sonoma County tonight.
Yeah, the river predicted to crest at just over 35 feet in Guerneville tomorrow morning. Because of that, people at or below 36 feet are being told to get out. The order stretches from Hillsburg to Jenner. The evacuation order covers part of the Forestville area where a landslide caused a home to fall into the Russian River. You can see what's left there, the remains of the house now on the banks. The home was later spotted floating downstream. The sheriff's office says no one was home when the slide happened. And you can track weather updates with the KCRA app, and we have an interactive radar where you can see the expected impact on your neighborhood. Make sure to turn on the notifications to get any real-time updates.